Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today I'll be showing off my Primalist build. Enjoy. Alright, first off we're going to go through my passive points, and then we're going to go through my skills and then specializations into those skills, and finally showing off some of the armor I used throughout the game. So starting off with the passive points, obviously starting the game off for purely a Primalist, I basically allocated points into these two, just going 1 point there, then 1 point there, then 1 point there, then 1 point there, then 1 point there. Then as soon as I could start putting points into this, I started doing so. I wasn't sure what I was going to go with, what kind of build I was going to go with. I don't really know the class. I haven't seen any, haven't really seen much of it. I played God King Mew, was playing this class, sorry, for like 15 levels basically, and then it died, and he was like, oh, I don't care. So I wasn't too sure what to go with, but basically I had a weapon that wanted me to do lightning damage, so I kind of went, alright, I want to kind of go towards like a 4 build, so yeah, I don't mind doing lightning and having a minion. I've got the Wharf out mainly, so I basically went like this, and then as soon as I hit level 20, I specialized in Shaman, so I can summon the Storm Totem. Basically, it shoots out lightning, but more on that on the actual skills. And essentially, I put enough points into this so I can unlock these two, and just went, okay, put 2 into that, more into that, then points into this, because at this point I was doing lightning damage, and the animal I could summon also did lightning damage, and I thought, okay, the crow can do lightning damage, my totem does lightning damage, attunement just for more mana and stuff, and again, I don't want to get stunned, and the equipment I had wanted me to stun, so I was like, okay, well, I guess I can put points into stun chance. I may relocate them later, but essentially, as soon as I was done there, I put like 3 points into that, and then I put 4 points into that, and moved over to Druid, just to get some health and mana, and then some more attunement and strength, and I put 5 points into it, because it says 5-point bonus, all attributes get +1. So that's basically the passive points. The future, I don't know what the future holds. I might do this, increase melee damage per active totem. I do have some skills coming up that I can able to summon multiple totems, so that might infinitely scale my ability to attack. For these skills, I wasn't too sure what I wanted, so I may be able to cut back on this, but as it stands, I'll probably increase my strength some more, just because strength also increases armor. And I'll probably put more points into this, because I kind of want to have higher stun avoidance. The last boss of the the last boss of the story mode does like having this stun move. So increased stun avoidance is going to be useful for that, just in case I get captured. Okay, moving on to the skills. Skills was all over the place early game. I was using a lot of Gathering Storm, just as my main damaging. I also had the Wharf. I also used Summon Thorns. I used Fury Leap. To be fair, I did start speccing points into these, but I do have a weapon, or I did have some gloves and a weapon that wanted me to use Swipe, so eventually I started speccing into Swipe, as you can see. And I forgot to remove Gathering Storm, and I was like, why am I not doing enough damage? Turns out I forgot to switch over Swipe, but yep, I was using Swipe as replacement as Gathering Storm. And then as soon as I could get Warcry, I started using that. Warcry is a great stun thing. As I mentioned before, I did have a set of armor that wanted me to stun, and it gave me bonuses for stunnings, and Warcry is just an instant stun. So I was like, yep, Warcry is great. Then I got into my specialization, and by then I think I could use Summon Crows and Summon a Totem. So I went into that. And then finally I unlocked Tornado. I was playing around with Tornado, and Earthquake, and Avalanche as soon as I unlocked them, because I didn't want to specialize in them, and I wanted to see what they're like. And I really like Tornado. Earthquake's cool, as it just damages the ground, but I really like Tornado, and it could suck in enemies and does damage over time. So let's go into the specializations. Obviously, like I said, I started with Gathering Storm, but I quickly switched to Swipe as soon as I locked it. The path I took was basically this to start with. Stormclaw, Swipe deals more lightning damage, and because I had stuff that increased my lightning damage as through the passive points as well, I was like, yeah, no, I want lightning damage. 3 points into that, just so I can unlock Storm Scour. Swipe has an additional lightning penetration based on your attunement, and obviously I expect into points into my attunement, so obviously that helps out. It all connects. Obviously it all connects. Then I started realizing I had abilities with my totem through my passive points where I could increase my resistances. So then I was like, I kind of want to summon more totems so then I can increase my resistance, and that's mainly physical resistance. So I started speccing this way, just so I can get the summon totem on kill, 30% chance. And now I'm probably going to start speccing into this. I basically went like this, then went like that, and then suddenly went, no, let's spec up here. Spec up here, and that's the future plan, is to put some points into this. For my crow, which was meant to be Odin, I immediately went down, where is it, to this one. Basically, it turns your 2 crows you get into 1, and the 1 crow was going to be Odin. It was going to be this whole theme. So I spec down this way, then I wasn't sure where to go, and then I went, oh, I can put lightning on it, aspect of crow, yeah, let me do that. And now, I'm to be fair, I don't know where I'm going. I'm probably going to put more points into this because that helps you with doing more melee damage. Basically, the crow casts a spell and your lightning damage, it goes up. So I'll probably go that way, but I'm not too sure about anything else. I could turn my Q ability, which is Summon Crow, but because the crow's always out, Q then turns into a spell where it does a ring of lightning, creates a ring and it does lightning damage, and you can turn it to teleport to it. I'm not too sure yet, but maybe I'll go down that route. Maybe I'll just increase its movement speed and maybe have it do more damage. Or I'm not sure I'm going to go down this route where it's buffs other companions because it's pretty much just the crows out at the moment. But maybe... yeah, maybe I'll go down this route, but I doubt it. I'll probably just boost this up and then try and boost the damage. So I'll probably go down here. For the Storm Totem, I thought this would summon an extra totem, so I started heading down here, but it doesn't. Anyway, going back to the whole stun thing, I realized, oh, my armor wants me to stun stuff, so I started going down this route. But first route I went down was down here. Enemies hit by Storm Totem recently have reduced movement speed, slow down enemies, crowd control. That was basically my thought process, and then I went up here, and then I went over here. I'm going to use this because it just turns it into a Thunder Totem, and it does more damage. Even though it does cost more mana, yeah, my guy has like 245 mana. He has a ridiculous amount of mana, and I'll show you the equipment I've got on at the moment, but his mana regen can get insane. So, basically, I went this way first, then this way, just increase my stun chance, and now I'm going down this way. Tornado! Ton of fun, summoning tornadoes. I think I went this way first. I wanted to get to this and then focus on these two. This is basically reduce the mana cost, and then obviously aspect of increased mana regen. Now also increase attack and cast speed. So I was like, oh great, I can do more higher attack speeds. Good. Aspect of Storm lasts longer, so this was all good. And then I went up here, focused on some points here, and then I started going down here because I want my tornadoes to last longer. Cast Stormbolt on nearby enemies. This is pretty good. It just starts doing lightning damage, and obviously all my other stuff also wants me to do lightning damage as well. So lightning damage all around. I'm probably going to put points into that to make it super longer. And then finally, I want more frequency of lightning, and I want Stormbolts to target further away enemies, because the tornado just travels on its own. It just goes off. It's like, I'm going this way now, and then it's like, starts shooting lightning. Your totem also shoots lightning from a large area, so you're pretty much, anything that comes close to you is getting struck by lightning. It's great. Finally, Warcry is the last thing I spec'd into, and I pretty much just went straight down here to start with. I'm invulnerable for 1 second after using Warcry, so I use Warcry. They're stunned, but stuff that doesn't get stunned might be still attacking. There might be some damage on the ground that starts hurting me, and then I can use Warcry to basically be immune for a second. And then after using Warcry, I get Berserked, so I can do extra damage, and I just buff up the Berserk ability here. Then over here, I wanted, obviously, Warcry to pull enemies towards me, because Warcry naturally just pushes stuff away, which is really annoying. I like the stun. When I stunned enemy with this old armor set, it increased my attack and stuff, so I was like, please come closer. But yeah, I quite like stunning enemies and then drawing them in. Also combined with Swipe, killing them, summoning totems, combined with my, where is it? This basically increases your elemental resistance and your physical resistance per totem. And my resistances can go through the roof. But yes, basically started out with these two, and then I moved on to Swipe and Warcry, and obviously the bats, the storm crows, made it one single target. But I don't know if you, to be fair, you don't really need the crows. The crows just do some extra lightning damage and do a slight buff. That's all they're there for. It's mainly just the tornadoes, to be fair, and the storm totem. You summon a storm totem, your resistances go up. But we'll show the key elements to this build in a second with the equipment. And here we have the equipment. Now, originally, I was rocking this set. This set you can get pretty early on. Like, the coat I got at level 27, at level 20. I have, like, so many of these now. It's ridiculous. So it's not unrealistic to get this set, even if you're playing with... If you have other characters, you're probably going to get this set at some point. But this set basically is all about stunning. You get bonuses for stunning enemies. I did have a one-handed axe that basically allowed me to do better swipe damage. Before I got these gloves, I was using these gloves because they just do a massive bonus for swipe and lightning damage. This shield has just been pretty good. I had a one-handed axe that like swipe. This just was added defense. But now I have this body armor, but says 1% increased mana regeneration per free uncapped lightning resistance. Now, at the moment, my uncapped lightning resistance is like 96, so it's basically plus 21. But when I put down a totem, it can go to about 150. And if I get a swipe kill, it summons another totem, and then that increases my resistance. So basically, the more I kill, the higher my mana regen, so then I can start spamming out tornadoes like nobody's business. And this is mainly to help with spamming out tornadoes. Swipe may not be my main damage dealer. It probably is tornadoes because of how quickly I can just spam them out and they just go around. But I do need to put the storm totem down and the tornado spinning around. But that's pretty much the build. Just tornadoes. I don't really need to worry too much about my resistances, even though they're over. Mainly because I put down the totem and my physical resistance will go up. One totem is enough to make fire over 75% and physical resistance over 75%. Then it's just like trying to get void, neurotic, and poison high. But mainly the totems have been giving me vitality, and all my armor pieces have also been giving me vitality. That's what I've been focusing on when forging, is to get them to give me some vitality. And also you can see the boots have vitality, some vitality, and also some resistances to stuff other than the main elemental stuff and physical, because I can't really buff those. Those don't get buff. It's only the physical ones from the points I put in. But yeah, right now you should be seeing some footage of the build. I don't think it's particularly strong. Like I said, going into this, I had no idea where to go with it. I was going to make a meme 4 build where I'm trying to find a one-handed hammer and do lightning damage. Have Odin on my side as the crow. That didn't quite work out, so I basically made this hodgepodge of just summoning tornadoes every 5 seconds. It's fun. But I have other classes that do a lot more damage. But the good thing about this class is it's pretty tanky. I A lot of bosses I thought can do a lot of damage to this class, but I can easily gain that life back by just hitting them once. Also, my health regen's pretty high, my armor's pretty decent, so this guy can tank a hit. He's no pushover. He's also got a good block chance, and my shield also does damage back to them, like damage reflection. So survivability is good. It's just, you know, you're going to be in a fight a lot longer than you would probably some of my other classes, especially the last video I did, the lightning mage build. That guy can like just one-shot bosses. This guy, he takes a couple of minutes to kill some bosses. At the moment, he is powering up quite quickly as the more and more points I put into passive and kind of work out where I want to go. And, you know, syncing all my other abilities to each other to increase lightning. Buff lightning, please buff lightning. So yeah, he's an interesting build because you can get up close and personal, or you can just stand back, summon a totem, and just start spawning out waves and waves and tornadoes like it's nobody business. But let me know what you think of this build in the comments section down below. Let me know if you think it's good or not. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Morse. Marvelous. Together on the track. Let's go. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, sus.